Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Ray's Astrophotography is the name of the channel. 237,000 subscribers. I'm not subscribed. Might subscribe. Fuck it. I wasn't subscribed, but I'd watched previous videos where he was sort of mentioning this Atlas, crack Atlas, whatever it was fucking called. Um, I've never really mentioned that before because we've had plenty of comets come by, and like again, I've known all this crack fucking like 17 years. And in 17 years, we've had multiple comets come by, and every single one of them, I think, people have thought it's going to be like the end of the world. People have thought it's going to be aliens, like all these cracks. Literally, like 20 comets have happened, and in the time I've known all this crack, and every time people have said all these cracks every single time. So, yeah, live and learn, do you know what I mean? The world didn't end any of the other times. Aliens didn't rock up any of the other times. So, yeah, I never mentioned it because I didn't think fuck all was going to happen, to be honest. So, now it's still happened, really. I mean, there's still reporting on it. It's been a bit weird, this Atlas or whatever, but ultimately nothing's happened, you know what I mean? The aliens haven't turned up here, so there you go. So yeah, that's kind of why I didn't mention it because there's been plenty of these happened before where people have claimed all this bollocks and then nothing happened. You know what I mean? So you just leave the comments alone. So yeah, so I've seen this channel before to do with that, but I just passed the channel. And I've seen the name of the video, something strange happening at the edge of our solar system, planet 9, question mark. I took a picture of rest. I don't know, it's maybe more of the title, just of rest. So Nibiru is the crack. Nibiru, planet 10, planet X, but now planet 9 because Pluto got declassified as a planet, so knocked one off. But it used to be called planet 10 or Planet X or Nibiru. Again, I've mentioned this before. This goes into the Sumerians and Zacharias Stitchin and the claim that he made. The Anunnaki, the gods, alien gods in that theory, to be fair, which I'm not really a fan of. But I've said this before, to be honest. I've said this before. Your options are alien gods or actual gods. That's your options. There is no other option. Like atheism, as much as you might want as much as you might want to be an atheist, right? But unfortunately, your options are actual gods or alien gods, right? That's your options. So decide which one you want. But I'm going with actual gods rather than alien gods, just for the record. So Nibiru, but the crack is the Zachariah Stitchin crack for Nibiru and the Anunnaki and Planet X or Planet Nibiru is it's like alien gods that came to Earth to mine gold for their planet's atmosphere. Their atmosphere was deteriorating. They needed gold particles, in particular, to put into the atmosphere of the planet to reflect the sun's rays due to the planet deteriorating. So they came to Earth to mine gold quite a long time ago, hundreds of thousands of years. This kind of then would tie in with the Sumerian king list that exists that people can't explain, the Sumerian king list with Gilgamesh and all these other people in. The problem you've got is Gilgamesh was a giant, which then leaks back into the biblical crack, do you know what I mean? Not aliens. So Gilgamesh, massively links into the biblical crack and not the alien crack in many ways, and was believed to be one of the giants. So you know what I mean. You've already drifted back into a biblical crack here instead of an alien crack. But anyhow, the Stitching crack is aliens. And alien gods come to mine gold. Had a slave race, so to speak. Can't remember the name of the slave race on top of my head. They mined the gold for the Anunnaki, but they got sick of mining the gold, and it was fucking hard work. So they revolted, and the Anunnaki, in response, designed a humanoid from the humanoids that were on the planet at the time, Homo sapiens, etc. The Anunnaki got one of them and genetically modified them to make human beings, which is us, to mine gold for them, and that's in effect why as well, on this tale, why we hold gold so preciously, because it's a an age old, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like in our, it's age old, planted into our brain. This thing for gold, which was because we were made to make gold. This is the story anyway of Zachariah Stitchin. I'm not. I'm more again. I'm more with the biblical angle than the alien gods. But when it's a big but, Zachariah Stitchin said all this crack like back in like 19, is it the 70s possibly? Hold on a minute. Well, we'll get some fact checking done here. Right. So I typed in Zachariah Stitchin, spelling it wrong, obviously. Chariot of the Gods, because I couldn't remember. I just remember a book called Chariot of the Gods, but that was Eric von Daniken, who published the book Chariot of the Gods in 1968. Zachariah Stitchin, a scholar known for his Earth Chronicles series, which began with the book The 12th Planet. Yeah, so he was calling it the 12th planet. Again, I can't think why that was. I think possibly because the Sumerians considered certain planets that weren't planets, possibly. Um, like the moon was maybe counted as well in their crack. So, as it says here, interpreting ancient Sumerian and Akkadian clay tablets, where he claimed to find accounts of an extraterrestrial race called the Anunnaki from the planet Nibiru, which I mentioned, who came to the Earth for gold and genetically engineered humans to be a slave race. So yeah, everything I said, that's basically the tale. Do you know what I mean? But it's Zachariah Stitchin's tale, like that's what he come up with. Now, in fairness to him, he's been talking about this planet Nibiru. So I need to hold on while we try and find a date for the Earth Chronicles series. Where there? Right, here we are. So, 12th Planet was originally published in 1976. The final Milne book, The End of Days, was published in 2007. Well, that's quite interesting then. Like, The End of Days, that's very much a biblical crack as well, isn't it? Like, um, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm no like authority on this. I mean, as I say, I go with the whole biblical angle, and gods above alien gods, just from everything I've learned. But in fairness to Zachariah Stitchin here, he's been predicting this planet, the 12th planet, the ninth planet, the 10th planet, whichever Nibiru. It's got many names depending on from what angle you're looking at it. Again, Nibiru and the 12th planet from this particular angle, but again, I think they were counting the moon and possibly something else as a planetary body, so to speak. That could be a crack. Yeah, and who else? It was Eric von Daniken or whatever he was called. There, he's the same crack. What's this? Is this all his books? Oh, it's the series of the books. The End of Days, Armageddon, and the Prophecies of the Return. Yeah, so, right, what this video is all about, fucking long story long, is I passed this channel here, and yeah, as I mentioned, something strange happened there to our solar system, Planet 9, and I've mentioned in the other video there that, like, science is kind of saying that this exists now, and he's been saying it since 1976. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? So you've got to give him a little bit of credit here, because he's literally like 50 years. He's 50 years ahead of the curve, ahead of science, and he got this from the Sumerian tablets, he claims. But these Sumerians did know about Pluto. We didn't find Pluto till like 19. And how we found Pluto, to be honest, I think it was like 1923 or something. Could be wrong on that. We didn't find Pluto. We found Pluto, sorry, because we were looking for what was tugging on the orbit of Uranus, which is believed to be this planet in Nibiru, the 12th, the ninth, the 10th planet, whatever you want to call it. That's what's supposed to be pulling on the orbit of Neptune or Uranus, or both of them, to be honest, and maybe even Pluto as well. the outer planets, basically. Something is pulling on them and pulling them out of orbit. So science has very much thought something's pulling on these planets. Zachariah Stitchin told everybody in 1976 what it was 50 years ahead. I mean, a lot of people would say NASA, again, never a straight answer. NASA have known about this planet for a long time and just won't tell you because when it comes back into the solar system, it possibly causes massive cataclysms, possibly Noah's flood or the flood known as Noah's flood was caused by this massive body. Again, this planet is 5, 6 times the size of Earth, possibly more. The gravitational forces of this coming back into the solar system working against all the other gravitational forces of all of the other planets because it's kind of a balanced system within the solar system, and when a massive gravitational force comes hurtling through, it can upset all the planetary bodies. Again, this could be what's happening to the climate of Earth. It's got nothing to do with human beings and pollution. It's got everything to do with gravitational forces and something of a massive gravitational force heading towards us. But again, this is affecting all the planets, but we don't live on the other planets to know the effect, so to speak. But there is reports that the other planets were all getting warmer, the same as Earth. That has been reported. So yeah, it would explain a lot of things. That's the other side of it. It would explain a lot of things. This existing. It would make Zachariah Stitchin 100% fucking right 50 years ago. NASA's been going on about this planet for about 15 years now, like maybe 10 years, kind of saying, yeah, this thing might exist due to the whatever's pulling on Neptune and Uranus. There is something pulling on them orbits. So science has been kind of confirming that this was real for the last 10 years, but Zachariah Stitchin told you literally 50 years ago there was another planet in our solar system we didn't know about. It was a massive planet. It's got a weird orbit. It takes 3,600 years. They'll even give you a timeline of how many years it takes for this planet to do an orbit. 3,600. Again, this man on here puts an estimate, but there is actually a man who told you 50 years ago the exact year of the orbit of this planet. So, again, Zachariah Stitchin could be proved 100% correct 50 years ago. That's the beauty of it. Before I was even born, this man told you about this planet, told you the crack. But as I say, his cracks alien gods, mining gold, genetically modified humans, alien gods is the crack. So I don't know about that. That's just what he apparently got from the tablets, but he could have mistranslated them. But in fairness to Stitchin, he's got all this crack about another planet, and you know what I mean, and that science is kind of thing in it. So did he translate them wrong? But maybe the Anunnaki are just sort of the Watchers. That's maybe another crack. Maybe they're the Watchers. I don't know. This is obviously what we're trying to work out, but it's, as I said earlier on, your options are alien gods or actual gods. So, and as the more we go down the road here, the more and more comes out, the more and more. Again, you've got to give this man some credit for predicting a planet 50 years in advance of NASA and all these other people. You've got to get credit where it's due, to be fair, like. So, let's have a listen.
So something mysterious happening on the edges of our solar system. I've been taking pictures of planets for a while. So this is actually close to what I do. I'm looking at, I know we have only 8 planets. There is a possibility that we are very close to finding the 9th planet and taking pictures of 9th planet. Since our childhood days, we learned about Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. So these bigger planets and the gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn, and lately we found Uranus as well. These objects orbit around the sun in a gravitational dance. So when we look at the orbit of
a gravitational dance, and when something of a massive gravitational force comes hurtling through, it very much upsets the gravitational dance, is what I was trying to say earlier. So, Yeah, again, this is predicted by various people. I don't think just Zachariah Stitchin, possibly Eric Van Daniken and other people. That when it comes through, it can cause cataclysms, and this has been mentioned before. Does Earth go through a reset? Um, and is the reset caused by this planet's re-entrance into the solar system every 3,600 years? And again, this is why we don't know about it, because it's about to come back. So it was now on 3,600 years ago that this thing will last come round. Now, that would maybe explain, again, like Noah's flood and these kind of cataclysms that, again, many ancient civilizations, or possibly ancient civilizations, who knows how many, have been wiped off the earth. Well, what wiped them off the earth? And the answer, very much, again, when I said this will answer a lot of questions, the answer could very much be a planetary body of a massive, immense size and gravitational forces re-emerging into the solar system. So, again, we're kind of like the planet's coming to a head in many ways, in like religious, economic. Everything seems like it's building up to a massive cataclysm of sorts. I mean, on a planetary level, not a solar system level. We could be getting kept busy. I mean, there's all the talk of the elites building underground bunkers, and the people who own Facebook and Zuckerberg and all these people building underground bunkers. Loads and loads of people have built underground bunkers. They could be very well aware that this thing is coming back, and are making plans to try and survive the cataclysm is another option. And believe me, if this thing is coming, they will not tell the people till they have to tell the people. When this thing's in the sky and it's kind of undeniable, when it's pretty damn close to us at that point, then fair dues, we're going to have to tell them something here, you know what I mean? But at the moment, we tell them, let's get down in our underground bases and watch all fucking hell break loose, as all these people realise there is nowhere to run here. This is going to be a planetary cataclysm, the likes of which we've never seen, but the planet very much has seen every 3,600 years. Yeah, I've always thought, I've known this crack, honestly, about 17 years, about Nibiru, Zachariah Stitchin, the Anunnaki, and I always thought, I've said this to someone before, like, if that's the truth, if it's the alien god crack, if that's the truth, and this planet's coming back, man, like, no fucker's ready for this. You know what I mean? Nobody. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still kind of side on the whole religious gods from what we know. And again, Gilgamesh was in the Sumerian, um, is in the Sumerian texts and is part of that whole sort of crack of Mesopotamia and everything. And he was a giant. He was one of the giants. Again, the giants come from biblical origins. So it could be what it could be. I mean, it's not mutually exclusive that the Anunnaki have to be aliens. They could be the Watchers, and it's just been sort of mistaken. Again, sky gods. You know what I mean? They're like the alien gods, sky gods. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the beauty of it is we're going to probably find out if this is the crack. So this guy's, again, this is not a conspiracy theorist, man. This is an astrology guy, right? This guy is no way, in any way, shape, or form, a conspiracy theorist that I know of. So it's nothing in that sense. Do you know what I mean? What he's saying, again, sort of NASA and science is telling you this planet probably does exist. Well, we have a tale, again, 50-year-old, that not only this planet exists, it comes into the solar system, it causes cataclysms, which, again, if you look around Earth, looks like we go through cataclysms from what we've seen, from all the ancient structures, etc. Again, there's a tale of a flood, a big flood. Who knows how long ago that flood was? We don't know. We have no idea. Like, literally no idea how long ago that flood was. It could have been about 3,600 years ago. It's a good sort of you know what I mean? We don't know, to be honest, but it could have been. Again, it's long enough that we don't know. So, are we in for another? I mean, again, depending on where we are in the solar system and where this planet is when it comes in, massively depends on what happens. I mean, one of the tales is that this is what destroyed Mars as well. Mars used to have an atmosphere, but Nibiru went too close to Mars and literally ripped the atmosphere off Mars and dragged Mars's atmosphere with it is the crack again, and kind of scarred Mars. It like they collided with Mars slightly, and ripped its atmosphere off. This is all kind of the tale, and there's very much evidence to support a lot of it. That's the worrying signs here. There's very much evidence to support a lot of it. So yeah, this is it's a crazy fucked up crack again. Nibiru, planet Nibiru again. Mentioned this before. I think the video should be on the channel somewhere. If you look back, Planet Nibiru again. But this is a well-known crack again. Zachariah Stitch in 1976. Do you know what I mean? This is age-old. This crack, it really is. So I'll skip it forward a bit. He's just talking about fucking the planets, etc. So we're going to move forward here. 'Cause here's an article I think I possibly had in my previous video. Has planet lo and behold, the YouTube advert fucking gravy train here that never ends, never ends. The beauty of this is, where are you gonna swim with the riches that you found? You know what I mean? I mentioned this before. Where are you gonna swim with the riches that you found? Very famous Oasis line there. We've got another advert. More riches for the more riches that you can't swim with. So. Planet 9 has been spotted. Astronomers reveal fresh evidence of a mysterious world lurking in our solar system. That was in the Mirror. So there's plenty of crack about it, you know what I mean? It's not, again, it was a conspiracy theory for a long, long time. But the beauty of it is most of these conspiracy theories end up becoming the truth. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 6 months in 2025. About 6 months, that's the difference. Yeah, so a lot of these conspiracy theories, as we all know, end up coming true here. Again, the New World Order, very much true. We can prove that all day long with all the agendas going on. They openly admit it pretty much at this point. You've got Online Safety Act, Digital IDs, all coming down the line here, all the totalitarian world government. Many, many steps before the world government. Again, it's all very much there to be seen. The conspiracy theories will be proved true as well, again, in the end. But it all could be part of the distraction. Like, we think they're going to make a world government, but really fucking Nibiru comes around the corner and fucking wipes us all out while we're busy talking shit about a world government as well. That could be an option, you know what I mean? You're being fucked over here by the chest. Like, these people own the board, they own all the pieces. And you're being fucked over, but it's trying to figure out why are they fucking us over so much. And this could be an option, like keep you stupid and blind long enough until Planet 9 is in the sky. And then fuck off into your underground bases and watch all hell break loose. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but it's an option. New evidence suggests Planet 9 is real. Planet X, Planet 9, Nibiru. Planet 9 is real. Yeah, this is, as I say, like it's not a new crack in any way, shape, or form. This whatsoever. So let's have a listen anyway.
And ever since that point, we have a lot more data coming in. Now we know the orbit of, or a possible orbit of Planet 9. So it might take anywhere between 10,000 to 20,000 years to circle
3,600.
Around the sun. So that may be the reason why we didn't see it yet. And it must be really big.
Again, there's an explanation in the Zachariah Stitchin thing as to why we've never seen this thing. It's out in the dark of space. There is a crack there's our sun has a twin that's gone dead and it's gone out, and the Nibiru is not so much just a planet, it's another sun with a planet around it. It's another solar system, so to speak, and that suns orbit around each other, and NASA has confirmed that to be true with other solar systems. So have we got a dead star, a twin sun that's dead and it's gone out? It's no longer on fire, so it can't be seen. One crack is that as it gets closer to our sun, it reignites, and there's two suns in the sky. I've heard that as well before. Don't know if that's true, but again, it depends on massively if Nibiru is a sun, a dead sun, or a planet. Well, there's kind of the two theories out there as well. That's the other side of it. Yeah, but this is all sort of the theory, but it's you've got to, as I said, you've got to kind of give Stitchin a little bit of credit because 1976, he was kind of telling you pretty much this full the amount of things that he's got right. Is unbelievable, really. I mean, the planet name 910X of Nibiru, like, again, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the Sumerians counting the moon and something else as like a planetary body. So it would make it the 12th planetary body. Then we were calling it Planet X, Planet 10, but then we declassified Pluto, so it become Planet 9. That's kind of an explanation for what all the names are about. And then Nibiru is kind of the name of the Sumerians and the Anunnaki, or apparently that's what the Anunnaki called their own planet. So very interesting, anyway. And does it cause cataclysms? And is the flood of Noah in effect? Or that we were too close to Nibiru, to Planet X, to Planet 9, whatever you want to call it. And the gravitational pull, with it being a large gravitational body, grabbed the water of Earth, very much like the moon does. And it dragged the water of Earth around Earth as it passed by, creating a bit of a global flood. Do you know what I mean? Again, I don't know. This is just one of the theories, but it's kind of backed up in ways. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the future will tell all, very much so. If this thing's coming, it's coming. That's the beauty of it. That I very much think of like the film Armageddon, the opening scene of the asteroid just hurtling towards Earth, and no one on Earth knows it's coming. I've always thought this of Nibiru, as I've known this for sort of 17 years. Again, this is like known for 50. This thing could just be hurtling towards us in space, and like, you know what I mean? No fucker's got a clue here till it pops up in the sky, and everybody. I mean, you had that thing on Netflix called Don't Look Up, with Leonardo DiCaprio in Don't Look Up. And when that come out, I was very much thinking of Nibiru, do you know what I mean? And again, Two Suns in the Sky, Star Wars, there's a whole big thing deal made of that. Yeah, so there's again, time will tell, but again, there's explanations as to what this could do coming through and how it could affect Earth, and again, cataclysms, floods, etc. So, yeah, and due to its gravitational force, with it being such a large gravitational body,
Big. It may be anywhere between 5 to 10 times the size of Earth. It's not going to be gassy. It needs to have some dense and weight to it. So it must be rocky, icy, solid body. That's like 5 times size of Earth or more. There is another speculative theory out there that this may not be Planet 9. This may be a primordial black hole.
a theory, another advert, would you believe it? A black hole? No, it's not a black hole. Again, it is. I mean, that's a theory because they're talking about like a gravitational thing, but it isn't. It's a planet. Again, you've kind of been told this, and then the other thing for the Sumerian crack is they knew about Pluto. They knew about Pluto like what 5,000 years. I mean, that could be wrong as well. If this thing comes around every 3,600 years and causes like cataclysms, that's probably what wiped these lot out. Well, like they could have been two ago. You know what I mean? Or we don't know. Like the time. This is maybe why we've lied to about history as well, so you don't figure out there's a systematic cataclysm. Because again, what's the point of fucking doing half the things we do? If the planet gets fucking wiped and reset every so often, but again, and reset, we hear this talk of a global reset, the Great Reset. We've heard it during COVID. Is it sort of code for this coming through and the reset of the planet? And we know resets have probably happened before. We've seen various evidence of that sort of thing. So it's very suspicious. You know what I mean? It's very suspicious indeed. So I've muted it.
Speculative, but there could be a possibility that is a primordial black hole that is really dark. No one can see it. Not.
Well, that'll probably be worse, won't it? If a black hole's coming towards us, and we're all just vanish into a black hole. It's the end of everything for everyone ever. Yeah, I don't think it's a black hole. Again, it's probably a planet. This has all been kind of said in 1976 by Zachariah Stitchin. I mean, and Eric Van Daniken as well. I think as well. I can't quite. I mean, his Chariots of the Gods was his crack. Yeah, well, that's kind of the crack. Nibiru. Is it real? Is it coming? Don't know. But science kind of says yes. The Sumerians said yes. Zacharias Sitchin said yes. And does it cause beef here? Who knows? But ultimately, time will tell, as it does with many things. Time will tell. So, as I've said before in the video, your options are actual gods or alien gods. There is no atheism. Like, you might think there's atheism, but you're just wrong. The problem is, they're your options: actual gods or alien gods. And you're going to get to find out. That's the beauty of it. That you will get the answer to this question at the end of the day. So I'll leave it there. Peace.